broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
I don't know how you dance to this one.
I just walked out like this.
That's what I think it'd be like a
And I pointed.
Yo, what up, AfterBuzz? It's your boy DJ Jesse Janedy here in studio for E's season finale of WAGS. I'm joined by Miss Shar Jossell.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing?
Now, you know, we had to play this song because our founder of AfterBuzz, Maria Menounos, was going to come in because she was so excited for our guest tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Barbie Blank.
The one and only.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
Girl,
you for
like,
coming. We're glad you're
You
here.
done turned AfterBuzz up. Everyone here was like, wait, who? She's coming in? And I don't come from a wrestling background in any way, shape, or form. And I was like, yeah, like I love her on WAGS.
Yeah.
And they're like, screw WAGS. You don't know who she is? I'm like,
And I have to say, I'm not just saying this because she's in studio. This girl is gorgeous in person. Not that you're not on television, but in person,
Thank you.
yes, ma'am.
Thank
well, let's
you
just
for
get all of the sucking up. But
I was not
I'm just
sucking
kidding.
up.
No, because I was going to say this.
Do I suck up? You all know me.
When I first met all of you guys at the NBC upfronts, instantly you came off like such a sweet personality. It was like I was like, oh my god, like wow, you had just your energy was great
you.
compared to some of the other
Thank
girls. You know, I mean, but it's press day. People
Enough
were
with the
tired.
sucking up, Jesse.
You know what I mean? Anyways, let's talk about it. So Barbie, you started off the show by presenting the winner at this horse race in Santa Anita. And have you ever been to a horse race before?
I have not.
No.
So that was, it was a first.
Interesting.
It was interesting.
They gave you guys your own box.
Yeah, like our little suite.
Which you guys are
which is
used to.
nice.
You guys get that at
Yeah.
events.
It was nice.
It was nice to see that Natalie and Olivia held their inner child, unlike the hockey game that they were at. Huh?
Ooh. I totally
it up.
forgot
Yeah.
about the hockey game.
Yeah, it was-
when they were humping the duck
That
and
was,
stuff.
and we had just gotten to know each other, and I was like, this is not okay.
No,
Like,
through the TV it wasn't either. I don't know if it were editing or what.
there was
but
a
through
lot
the
more that
TV
went on too. Like I was like, it probably went on for a good hour.
Really?
And I was just like, this is not happening. Why are you doing this?
They would have had to go.
So it was like 10 times worse than what we saw
Yes.
on TV.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah,
there
it
were
was
times
bad.
it was like, well, it didn't seem that bad. Then when the humping and like people were eating dinner. It was
No,
like,
and it was children around.
No, it was not.
So you were not tripping. You were not overreacting.
No, I was not overreacting.
Okay.
I was not happy.
Because I wouldn't have been either. Like I said, through the TV, I was kind of looking like, okay, girls, like, okay, it was cute the
Right,
first 5
right.
minutes, but
Exactly.
you know, let the child enjoy their chicken fingers without seeing you mount the duck.
Well, here's the
Okay.
thing too. People were tweeting me like, oh, I think you have reacted and blah blah blah. And I was like, no, I really didn't, because if you were there and you saw the parents with the kids' faces when they were doing these things, they were like, oh, really? Where's security? Like, why are you letting this go on right now? And they're like, well, you're at a game. It's supposed to be fun. I'm like, that's not fun. You're taking it to like another level now. You know?
What, I mean, let's just get this out the way. So you came onto WAGS. Who were you originally friends with? How were you brought into this circle of girls?
Well, so I knew of Autumn and of Sasha because their husbands played in San Diego. Sheldon played for Anaheim. So they're super close. So we were kind of in the same circles. So I've always, and Natalie, Olivia, and Nicole, I just had recently met before the show. So I had known the wives and fiancés, I guess, before.
You didn't know the girlfriends,
No.
right?
No, that's why the beginning
It was a little-
very
a little
rocky.
rough.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get back to present
Okay.
day. So we're at the horse race, and everyone's talking about Miami talk. The little lesbo kiss comes up, and I mean, you were there. Was it just girls having fun, or do you feel like Autumn and them might feel that there might be a little underlying something with Nicole?
Where at the
At the bachelorette
races.
party.
Oh, at the bachelorette party.
Well, they were talking about the makeout thing
Right.
that happened in.
But they also talked about when Nicole gave Ashley that lap dance.
Well, Ashley looked like she was enjoying the lap
She
dance.
was.
Oh, yeah.
She was.
No, they were enjoying it. I feel like Ashley's kind of blowing the Nicole thing out of proportion. They definitely, like, when they're together, her and Larry, they're super cute. Like, you never would ever think that they would ever do anything like she's insinuating.
Right.
So I don't know. I just felt like that was kind of out of line.
Well, it was believable for me.
Right, because on the show, it shows the kissing and the lap dancing.
And then the
stuff like
problem with going to a strip club,
right,
a male
which
review.
I was really bugged. And all that went on, like, we were sitting at dinner. It was like an hour before we were going to the strip club. I thought everyone had known what was
on
going
the same
on.
page.
Yeah.
How long did she know you guys were going to a strip club? Like, was
I
that
feel
like
I had
on the way
told
to
them
Miami?
like a week before.
Oh.
Were you guys at the Versace house?
Yeah, we were at the-
okay, because
yeah,
we
the
were talking
Versace-
about
yeah,
that.
we had dinner there.
I thought it was so funny how your homegirl, your friend, remember they started talking about relationships.
Everyone has their
Yeah.
own
And your friend
things,
was
you
like,
know?
I said this last week on the show, your friend that was sitting next to you was kind of like, look, bitches, y'all are not about to ruin this dinner for me. Everybody's relationship is different.
We're at the house
End
of
of discussion.
That's it.
End of discussion. We're not about to have all of this drink throwing at the dinner at the Versace mansion. Not while I'm here.
No.
I don't know about y'all, but not
Like,
while I'm here.
only doing this once in my life.
Right.
So I'm enjoying this.
Right. That's what I felt you're afraid. She was like,
Yeah.
hold up now.
Were your-
Everybody's different.
Were your other friends WAGs also?
So they cheered for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're actually cheerleaders.
Right, she said that. I remember that.
So no, they were not. But it was funny when I told, Nicole and Olivia and them that they were coming. They're like, "Oh, cheerleaders," and I was like, "Yeah, it's fine."
Like, girl, you got your nerve, girl. Sure.
No.
It was like blondes on this side,
Yeah.
brunettes on this side.
It was blondes and brunettes. But I did think that was very, just going back to the horse race, I thought that was just so, that was a very complex dynamic of Nicole and Larry's relationship,
Right.
because I was literally scratching my head as to, okay,
threesome talk?
this man, yes, and how
Yeah.
this man seemingly has an issue with her going to a male review, Magic
Right.
Mike type
See
strip
that,
club,
yeah.
but you have no issue with her tonguing
Right.
down a woman.
And that was, I wish they would have shown me saying that, because I said exactly what you're saying.
Okay,
Like in the
okay.
green screens. I was like, how? I'm not understanding how he won't let you go to a male review, but you can make out with a girl. Like, I'm just, it's
without
blowing
his
my mind.
permission.
Right. Right. So even, and you see in the last episode where I'm like, well, is that considered cheating? Like, is he going to get mad? And so in this season finale, you see, oh no, he said it's no
Yeah,
big
he
deal.
thought it was so funny. The double standard is ridiculous, because I said that if the shoe were on the other foot and if Larry were down in Miami for a bachelor's party, does Nicole think she would get a phone call like, hey, baby, can I go to the
Yes,
strip club?
it's totally,
Girl,
yeah.
please.
No, and my fiance would be the same way.
Girl,
That's why I'm like,
please.
we trust each other enough. Like, I know you're
And it's
coming
just
home to me.
strippers.
Like,
But no,
yeah,
male
like,
reviews is like a show. You're
That's
watching
what
a stage. It's not
exactly.
like they're like,
It's like Magic
yeah.
Mike.
it's totally different from female strip
It
clubs,
is. It
where they'll
totally
give you
is.
a lap dance and make the ass clap and you make it
Exactly.
rain.
Exactly.
Okay.
Guys are more so, like you
It's
said,
a
the
show.
showmanship.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Larry. Okay, so another conversation we got there was that about Natalie moving in with Sean and that she has doubts. Okay, now this one was a little more
I can't.
because
can't.
even when she came in, every time I felt uncomfortable to talk about Sean in front of her. Like with Nicole, it was like every
I wasn't here for that. Was
No, but Nicole was open about talking about Larry.
I
but
would've talked
every
about
time.
Sean.
No, I mean we
Yeah.
did, but she would keep kind of deflecting.
Well, in
the
all
conversation.
honesty, and I know that you girls are friends.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, Natalie and Sean, where's my notes? Natalie and Sean's relationship does seem fraudulent. Only because it seems like it's based off of her being the trophy girl and him just making the money. It doesn't seem like, I can't imagine them being intimate. Not that I try to, but I can't imagine them being
I can't
intimate.
picture them being intimate. You're right. I
Like, I feel like she'd be like,
cannot.
oh, wait, lip gloss. Like, like that
Yeah,
type
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like, I just feel like she's there for the perks and he's there for the perks of saying that he has such a beautiful woman on his arm.
Right.
Like, I just don't. And then for her to be so out of touch with everything, like when they were asking about what team and things
And
like
she-
that. And
yeah.
she's like, I mean, I don't know. I don't keep up with the football stuff. And it's kind of like, girl, why are you here then? Like, seriously, if you're going to be that type of girl, at least play the part.
Right.
At least commit to the role. Be in it to win it.
I don't know.
Put your best Meryl Streep on.
Look at it differently. I kind of feel like they both have this like jerk personality inside them. No,
I
not
think
saying
Natalie
that.
does.
They're very
No.
I feel like they're very independent.
Yeah.
They both do their own thing.
Yeah.
I feel like they're best friends before they are lover. I don't know. I just
That's what I
you
get,
know
like
what I
that
mean? Like, I just
playful
feel
back
like,
and forth thing.
Yeah.
So, which is why I can see the relationship, but at the same time, it's like they've been together. Like when you look at how long they've been together compared to Nicole and Larry, which is
I
very
think they've
similar.
been together as long as me and my fiance have. I think 4 years. Yeah.
And so to go and show where you
That's high
and
school.
Sheldon are compared to,
Right.
you know, them,
Right.
it's an interesting balance. But I've also noticed that people from other countries are very, I don't know, it's just, it's a very different mentality, but I've noticed that it's usually they're more
conservative.
clingy. No, I feel like people from out
You know
of
what? You're
country
right,
are
because
very
I just
clingy.
went on a date with an Armenian man. Hey, Nick.
Oh.
And no, that's not really his name, guys. I just threw that out there. But I went on a date with an Armenian man on Friday, and he was very, very attentive and very, like, more than dates that I go on with American men. He was that was my first experience with an Armenian. It was my second. But he was more so attentive. That's the point that I was trying to make. I'm not trying to make this about me. Go.
So, okay. And then we get to the thing where Natalie says, I don't know. And Autumn says, well, what team is he moving towards? And she said, I mean, I don't know that kind of stuff. And everyone was kind of like,
And how do you not? Yeah.
like, how are you a WAG?
Yeah. How do you not?
Is that now? Maybe she isn't a football person. Like, can you?
I know.
I'm
I
not
don't think
accepting
he's
that.
playing for anyone right now. I think that was her way of not talking about that he's retiring, and that was her way of kind of deflecting having to answer that question. Because I don't think he's. I don't think.
Well,
he's
she
playing
needs
for
to be
anyone.
a little bit more creative with her word choice, with her word bank, because the way that I saw it, I'd be damned if I were dating a man who wasn't interested and didn't stay abreast on the things that I did.
Yeah,
now
no, I
don't
would
smother
be the
me.
same.
Have your own career.
Right.
But if you were on television and someone's like, well, what show did Shar just sign with Oprah, or did she go with Barbara Walters? And you're like, I don't know. I don't keep up with that TV stuff, that broadcast
I would be
stuff.
so
I'd be like,
bothered.
no.
Yeah.
We done. So you picked Natalie, Olivia, and Nicole to go present the award.
Yes.
Why?
I feel like it was kind of like an FU to the girls who didn't come to my bachelorette.
So you did feel some sort of.
I did.
Yeah.
I was legit like, okay, you don't really care for Natalie, but you're gonna go to Cancun for
Thank-
her for her birthday.
That's it.
But you are supposed to be my good friend, and
Yep.
you won't come to Miami for 2 days.
Yep.
Like, that's not.
We
okay.
said that too. We were so confused by that, especially because I think last week we were saying that things, when it's like your photo shoot, your clothing line, things can be,
Yes.
postponed, rescheduled.
Right.
And I felt like,
they didn't have a legit reason.
but at first I felt like they did until they did that scene and they were like, the other girls went to Barbie's party type
Yeah.
thing. And it was kind of like, were you all like planning not going to
And it
this
was
weekend?
like their clothing. Like I was like, no, you guys could have. No,
That's why I said when it's your thing,
Right,
like you're not doing
exactly.
something for H&M.
Right.
This is your thing.
Right.
You can move
You
things
plan
around
this.
and rearrange and organize and all of that stuff. So I looked at that as a dig too. I would have picked the other girls
Yeah.
too, because you're supposed to be my friends. You sit up here shading the other girls, but you didn't bat an eyelash as to going to Mexico with them. But then I'm staying in the United States, and you don't want to go to.
No,
Yeah,
That's
something ain't
so-
right with that.
which I wish they would have shown too, because there was a part where we all go down and we're on the racetrack and the other girls are up there, and Natalie I think thought someone said like F you or you're in or something about in something, and they were like, what? And so they started kind of yelling back and forth.
Wait, Autumn and the girls.
Come on, y'all.
Ashley and Natalie were. Natalie was like, "What'd you just say? Did you just say F you and or my something?" I can't remember the exact words, but it was something like Ashley.
How long
shouted.
ago was this filmed?
This was 3 months ago.
Okay. Yeah, I
months ago?
figured.
So yeah, so there was a part in there, and they were like, "No, and Autumn Ashley, no, we didn't say anything, no."
Yeah, till we rewind the clip
Like
tonight.
I was,
Look, you see I'm giving side eye like.
Speaking of side eye, Sean was giving Natalie the side eye tonight because he said, I got something for you. Throws her some keys. And Natalie's like, what are these for? Do you want me to walk the dog while you gone for the trip?
Like, and I still think she moved in by her. I don't think they're living together.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, what I
haven't
will
talked to her in a
say
little
is,
bit,
I do respect her to an extent. With how honest she was about being afraid of commitment.
right?
Because
and she's
I
like
don't
that
know.
off. Yeah, she's very like, I've always been this way. I've never, been
Like a hopeless romantic
right.
type.
She's like, I'm very independent. I'm a go-getter. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Yeah.
Plus, I don't know, in all honesty, if I really put my feet in her shoes, I don't know how I would feel with
Right.
my man presenting me a key.
Yeah.
Like, just like...
I feel like I would want to be the. I want to be the.
we
I
need
want
to
my
talk
man
about
to
this.
be the dominant one.
We need to talk about this
But,
off
like,
camera.
But
Yeah.
no, I mean, okay. For a certain type of relationship, like if Sheldon
kinda
came
would-
to you, it would kind of be different because you guys are already talking about marriage
Yeah.
and things like that.
But I
versus,
would want to be the one like, babe, let's move in together. Like,
Oh.
I feel like if he came to me and was like, babe, let's move in together, I'd be like, oh, that's
like an
weird.
ownership type
yeah,
thing.
Like, I'm like, oh, no, that's not, I don't know.
I could see that, but you can't
don't
compare
know.
the relationships because her and Sheldon's relationship is totally different.
Well, no, I get that, but what I'm saying is
Yeah.
everyone's relationships are different in the sense of I can see a man presenting a key to someone where they're lovey-dovey
It would be cute.
and it's
Right,
like
right.
they're into that. Whereas
Exactly.
this is like,
And
Hold
she's
on,
told
bro.
him
I don't know what
from
kind of day
one.
today
and
is.
Natalie was like, hold on, Slim.
And she's told him from day, like, she
Yeah.
has not wanted to commit, and she's told him she's been
Well,
upfront.
I'd argue to say he is clearly more into her than she is into him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with
That's
that.
up for debate, but
I mean,
not when it comes to me. Like,
I thought
I
it
know
was
what I see.
Yeah, I just see them off camera, and it's kind of different than they show.
Really? Spill
It's
the
more
beans.
lovey.
Yeah, he is lovey, but I feel like when we went out together, like she's very like on his arm and like
Really?
yeah. So
Well,
I
So
don't,
maybe she's trying to give a more independent woman.
because I
like-
hung out with them after the show aired or after we were done
Or maybe
filming.
she's playing her part.
So I don't know.
You got to commit to the role. Listen, Natalie, if you're watching, I'm not hating the hustle. I'm just saying, commit to the role.
All
Meryl
right,
Streep.
let's talk about the ESPY party. Olivia it's manhunting season. She was out there at this party, y'all. She
When
done had
isn't
a
it manhunt
roster.
season for
Honey.
Olivia? It's always man.
Wait a minute, rewind. We need to talk about the Instagram party. Hold up.
Oh, Jersey chasing, literally.
Like ran out the door.
Literally.
See, I wasn't there for that.
Damn
I
it.
came after that. I know, and
The
I
way
didn't
it
know
was
any
edited
of
made it
that.
seem like you had been in there for an hour. I
Sitting
think.
over at the bar.
No, I was not there. No, because I think they showed me walk in after he left.
Oh, maybe that was what it
Yeah.
was actually.
All I know is that was embarrassing. I would have been mad
Yeah.
if I were Olivia
Seeing him at the other event and
and he curved the hell out of her.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
It gets me emotional thinking about it because I don't know how she did that, and
But
it's
like
on
for
national
his
TV. You got
career.
stood up.
For his career, that makes him look like a douche in
does.
every way
But
possible.
you know what?
Yeah.
Okay, so what? He won't get the Campbell Soup endorsement for being a douche.
Well, if he
But
hurts his ankle or he does something, he's gonna be real upset he didn't
that is true.
get that Campbell Soup endorsement.
Her pride, like I felt for her.
He could have been on
Watching last
WAGS
week's-
next season.
I didn't know any of that until I was watching it. I
Girl,
was like,
didn't you
oh my God.
cringe?
I did. I was like,
You
oh
got
my God.
stood up on TV. Except my only thing is I wouldn't have cried. I wouldn't have let E see me cry.
No.
I would have walked out of that
I'm good.
restaurant like,
I'm good.
to hell with him.
yeah.
Mexican
On to
one.
the next.
Dust it off my
On to the
shoulder, and
next.
then I would home. I would have been like totally embarrassed.
Tell us about that night. What was that night? You're going to this event. You know that there's drama,
Right.
Like you know that it's
talking
gonna
about
be
Instagram?
Yeah, you know there's gonna be some sort of like look or something like that. But
Right.
you chose to be the bigger person, just show up and say, you know what? Even though the other girls aren't going, I'm gonna come support.
Right. Well, when she told me about it, I was like, I'm always one for a woman. Like, I'm very woman empowerment. Do what you got to do. Like, I'm not going to hate on you. Instagram, you're Insta famous. That's your,
That's your
your
thing.
shit. Like,
Yeah.
own it. You own it. I support you. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I'm going to go support you. I know we've kind of got off to a rocky start, whatever. Hopefully, well, you'll see my effort that I'm trying to make, and I'm showing up for this and I'm supporting you. So the second we get there and she thinks that we're giving her dirty looks, when all Heidi's trying to do was like, who was saying all this stuff about your ring and about hockey players. And so I'm just telling her who these girls are. And she's like, oh no, they were like, oh no, they're giving us dirty looks. And then Olivia sends her friend, and I'm like, I've never even met you, I've never seen you before.
And you're about to charge me.
No. I was like, you don't know that I used to wrestle bitches for a living, okay? You don't want to do this.
Right. This ain't what you want,
That's why I was just like, okay.
Because, honey, I would get up on this bar and
because this ain't
if
what
only
you
I had
want.
a few more drinks, it would have been really bad.
I don't understand why they just didn't ask. Wait, did they ask? Are you giving us dirty looks? It was more so like a...
No,
why are you here? Yeah, if you're going to give us dirty looks.
Yeah. And things can be so easily misinterpreted. I just saw that with another reality show on Sunday. You know what I'm talking about. How things can be when they were laughing and,
misinterpretation, great segue. So there was a comment made about your ring.
Yes.
Which clearly is not.
God damn.
Form. So
get a close up.
Now, Natalie said it was taken out of context.
Right.
What she said to you.
Yeah.
Did you feel that way afterwards, or would you agree with what Natalie said, that we all just took that out of context? Or?
I mean, obviously, I was offended, and I had a reason to be, regardless if they took it out of context or not. You're still commenting on my ring, and you're saying that, and.
First of all, that is a load of crap, okay? I'm so sick of everyone. If you're going to say what you say, then commit to what you say. Or, flip through a dictionary and become a little bit more colorful with your word choices. Now, she said what she said about your ring. I'm so sick of everybody running to that excuse of, oh, it was taken out of context. No, it was not. You just didn't have the verbiage to kind of dance around insulting my ring. So you said it flat out. I called you out on it. Now I have an attitude that I want nothing to do with you. And now all of a sudden it's taken out of context. Save it. Seriously, save it.
Bam.
Save it.
And in
Save
that
it.
And
so back to the
Drops the
Espen
mic.
party. All right. So Olivia meets Robert and feels like there's no chemistry. And don't ever touch a black man's hair.
Or a black woman's.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Seriously, you may want to think twice about asking too.
Don't do that.
I'm just saying, y'all
And don't
know.
refer to it as fun.
Oh God,
I didn't see that part.
I didn't see that either.
It's fun.
See,
Your haircut's fun.
See, you almost caught a reflex,
Oh.
Jesse. Like, we're
She
very
met
sensitive
Duke.
about our hair.
I thought Duke was attractive.
Is
She
Duke
didn't.
the one that she went bowling with?
No, that's Mercedes.
Oh yes, Mercedes.
But
Who was-
Mercedes was the winner for me
Who's the
too.
other one?
Duke, the middle
We'll
one.
get there.
Oh.
I don't remember Duke.
Duke was the middle
had the
one.
fade.
Very boring conversation.
He had the fade and like the chain, right? Okay, I'm a visual person.
But wait, I gotta just say, I don't know if it was just edited this way, but he said, "What do you do for work?" And she said, like I have a blog and like on Instagram and like a YouTube channel." And I know what she's saying, you know what I mean? But it was just like the way it came off, it was just like,
Get you some. There is a prettier way that she could have painted that.
but then you add on to it talking about, what did she say? God bless her. Also.
I know, I really do. To be clear, I do like
We
Natalie and
love-
Olivia.
yes, we
No,
love
they're
I
fun.
mean-
They're fun.
I'm doing
And
my
Nicole.
job.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
No, but
save your tweets.
because what did she say? She said, "Oh yeah, I'm one of those girls," and I was like, "Don't say that," because he's thinking you're another type of girl.
Yeah.
Than what you really are.
You know what I didn't? What made me like cringe? I felt like a wet cat. I was cringing so much.
For what part?
Watching Olivia and Mercedes flirt at that party.
Oh yeah, no. The bowling was much better chemistry, but the flirting, I was like, really, girl? Like out of all those
I
men,
literally
that
felt
was
like,
the-
you all know that I used to work at a middle school out here. I felt like I was watching some of my 8th graders.
So
like
you a
that's
Leo?
just, it was just so like, I was like, are adults really doing this right now? Like seriously. Seriously.
Wait, I'm a Leo, and you're a Taurus,
Oh my god, that
and
must
that's
mean
just
that
like
you're stubborn. You're stubborn. Oh my god, that means you're a bull. I'm a lion. OMG. Stubborn.
It was.
And I was like, oh my goodness.
The date was cute though.
I don't think he's cute. Jesse and I had this debate. There's something about Mercedes. He is not a bad looking man, but I would not be able to kiss him. And I want to emphasize it has nothing to do with the size of his lips. I just would not be. He just doesn't. He doesn't do it for me.
You look like he tastes bad.
He doesn't do it for me.
Oh, Mercedes, you look like you taste good to me. All right, so Sean is upset with Natalie.
I was like, ooh.
I'm married. I'm just kidding.
Sean went to the Churchill. Have you gotten there yet or no?
Nope, we were talking about that Sean is upset with
places.
Natalie because she hasn't talked to him, and she's upset because Sean hasn't talked to her in 5 days. That's a long time to not talk to you.
That is a long, independent or not. Come on, Barbie. You know.
No, I couldn't do it.
I don't know. At least
what are you and
shoot
Sheldon
somebody
argue
a text.
about? Like, I can't imagine what you could argue about.
Oddly, social media. It's,
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it your fans trolling him?
It's more, yeah, like... No, he didn't
compliment her hair today.
No, he gets a little offended. Like, I'm with this new fitness company, and there's people who are trainers or whatever, and one will get, extra, like, on my social media, and he'd be like, why is he doing this? You know what I mean? But I get like that too. If there's a girl that's like, why is she tweeting you more than someone normal? You know what I mean? And he's like, so that's one. And then what did we recently fight about? I'm trying to think. I was actually, what was it? Oh, I had another bachelorette party, and I posted a video on Instagram of me twerking, and it was not good. Like, it was pretty risque, and I just remember waking up and being sober and being like, oh my god, this is so bad, he's gonna kill me. And so I deleted it, and he obviously was not happy and didn't tell me that for like 2 weeks. Yes. Okay. And he was like, why are you doing that? That should only be for me to see. And so, well, we fight like normal couple things.
I was wrestling girls in scantily clad clothing for years. Like,
but we're getting married now, so now it's different.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I get it.
What was the second bachelorette party?
It was in Cancun.
Oh, so you went to Mexico.
Right. Did you bring any of the girls? No, you.
I wouldn't have either.
We gonna leave WAGS
Cameras
for
are
WAGS.
not. Cameras are not. I'm bringing my real girls.
Okay.
Like, I wouldn't have brought any of those bitches either.
Blondies, head on over.
I would have brought my cheerleading home girls, the neutral girls who calm situations
exactly,
down.
knowing there's gonna be no drama.
Right. Just a good old time.
Yes. So yeah, I don't know how she went 5 days without talking to Sean. I couldn't do it.
I can tell you how she went 5 days without talking to Sean. I just told you at the top of the show.
Rewind it back.
And the Oscar goes too.
My thing is so Ashley is a celebrity stylist. Mm-hmm. And
I'm about to go.
she was styling Javal McGee and for a charity softball game. And I'm just confused as to what you put him in, girl. Because I'm looking at that outfit like...
He could have went to H&M.
He could have rolled in his laundry and been like... Oh,
he could have went to H&M.
This is what I'm going to wear.
And I thought that it was interesting seeing how committed Ashley is to... What's Bae's name? Deshaun? Deshaun. Hey, Deshaun. But how committed she is to him, but then would make such a risque comment to her client.
Yeah! And then he said it. He was like,
that's a little inappropriate, don't you think?
She was like,
I
am inappropriate.
love drop crotch.
Yeah. Sometimes I am inappropriate. Like, girl, just because your man went to DC already.
I was like, whoa, somebody has a itch that may need to be scratched. I thought that was wildly inappropriate, but it's something that made my little antenna go off because I was like, wow, because she has been kind of hassling Bae this whole time.
Exactly.
But what if he said to some girl, "Oh, I really like when you wear that, that mini skirt."
She would lose her mind. She would lose her mind.
Like 13 years. 13 years.
And there's nothing Charlie can do to save it. No. She would lose her mind if the shoe were on the other foot.
Which is funny because when I met Deshaun and he found out I was a wrestler, like she would be, Deshaun said, oh, I want to, would make these wrestling comments about you, like kind of not saying it, like it was funny, like it was like he would make these funny comments and I could kind of see like her side eye, and I was like, girl.
And you were like, I'm getting married.
Like,
no shade. But
don't worry,
I'm good.
What you see?
I ain't Natalie or Olivia.
I'm a single lady.
Or Shar. Because had I been in the room, I would have been like, I wrestle too. Drop. Barbie ain't the only one. I wrestle too.
Which I kind of feel bad on the show. I which I didn't notice until watching it, that I do basically rub it in her face. I talk about my wedding.
Okay, that's what my next question was.
Rewind
to that dinner where you were.
No, I did think you were insensitive for that. No, now that you mention it,
we did think it was a little bit insensitive. But then when you're on the Bachelorette trip, it was on the Cancun trip.
No, Cancun was.
Yes, Cancun.
Where was Ashley and they went to that one?
Yes.
Okay.
They did, because they were in the pool, and remember she was talking about her wedding.
At this point, you're there where you're searching for where the wedding's going to be.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Right.
Yeah. But now the dinner. So how long after was that dinner versus her telling you guys about the whole Larry canceled the wedding?
Oh, Deshaun.
Sorry.
That was... It was probably like a month after, or 2 months.
And so that night with the conversation, was it that she was in her feelings about it still? And, or like, because you came off very like authentically just happy conversation.
Right, you didn't seem like you were trying to be snide or shady or anything.
Right.
Like, literally, I'm getting married and we're in my potential destination.
And for us, it looks shady because the way we're watching it in that specific episode, we're getting all these.
Where did they have the second conversation about it? Was it at the dinner? Because I remember in the pool, I was like, okay, Ashley, But then when they did, it was another time where it came up. And I was like, okay, Barbie, now you're just being insensitive. Because this girl is literally walking around with her bottom lip poked out, sulking. And you're just like,
I think it might be.
So I think
no, but it wasn't the dinner with Barbie because you went to the event and the other girls didn't go to the event. And they were at a different dinner for that conversation.
Oh, yeah. Oh, was that the dinner where they were talking about my friend Heidi?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Was that the dinner
I did not know that was going to happen, and I was so pissed about that. Like, I was like, Ashley, Autumn, really? Like, come on.
Do they know Heidi pretty well?
No, but I'm like, you guys know me, and that's my friend, and I'm bringing her as my friend. And you guys should, like, shit happens, but, like, for you to go and repeat something that happened a year ago and harp on it when she doesn't even know you guys. You don't know her. She doesn't know you.
What was said? I don't remember.
They just talked about, like, what happened, like, when she was with her now husband that he,
Oh, it was her.
Yes.
Yes, you do remember that. Remember we were sitting there where you're trying to figure out, wait, who were they talking about? They were talking about, and then Ashley was bringing it kind of in retrospect to her relationship with Deshaun.
Is that when Autumn was like, he does everything that you ask him to do?
No, that she's only with him for the money or whatever.
Yeah. And it was about, like, searching. Yeah. She was like, like, you should look online and Google.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I was not. And after that, like, I've kind of been, like, rubbed the wrong way. I don't know.
I would have been too. Now, were you at the dinner where Sean said that he was Natalie's Jesus or whatever?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it shows me, like, my face, and I'm like, this is so awkward. It was really uncomfortable. First of all, like, I couldn't believe that he was saying those things. So it did come. It was not joking. No. Okay. It was like he was serious, and I was just kind of like, oh my god, he's going in. Like, it was more than they showed too. Like, he kept on, and even like they had to shut the cameras off at one point when the sun was going down and they had no light, and they're like, we can't keep the cameras rolling, and it kept, and I was like, they're not
and
showing.
And it kept going.
Yes. I was like,
literally, I had a vein popping out of my forehead for that after show. I went off on him so bad.
Really
it doesn't make people in the NFL, like, it's not a good representation, I feel like, by him saying those things. I don't know, it wasn't good, No. And I think even Natalie was kind of even the day after, she was kind of uncomfortable. Like, she was uncomfortable. Like, you could tell. Well, she wanted to tell him to stop, but she didn't. She was like, "This is who he is. I can't really." Yeah, like, I don't know.
This is my Chanel bag, so babe, do whatever you got to do. This is my next ring.
Was Autumn acting weird, like he had felt? Did you catch that in Autumn?
Through the TV, it seemed like she was
on her phone the whole time.
You can see that too, like, throughout the day that her and Ashley were kind of to themselves. Mm-hmm. That's how it was. And yeah, at the dinner, like, you could tell she just had enough.
Which is interesting that you brought that up, because in tonight's episode, when Olivia and Natalie were talking to them about this, and she says, we invited you to Mexico to get to know us and our family, and Autumn's defense was, I left my kids, but you were down there with Ashley, so it was like a girls' getaway trip.
But that's how she explained it. She said, we'll go to the trip because Ashley needs to get away.
Right.
But she didn't say that. She wasn't that Billy Badass to Natalie and Olivia's face.
She sure didn't.
So, but that scene was absolutely crazy to me, and that's why I didn't like Sean. I just look at him as a total misogynist and a chauvinist and all the ists that go along with him.
It's not a good.
I was disgusted.
That's a lot of lists.
It is, and he fits them all.
Let's talk about the dinner that happened tonight. Got a little intense.
At the Churchill, that's one of my favorite places. One of my favorite.
Actually,
little bars.
rewind to that. I want to talk about the bachelorette party where Olivia started crying.
Which I did not know what was going on, honestly. Like, I just saw her get up and go to the bathroom. I saw Natalie follow, and me and my girlfriends and Nicole are just kind of sitting there like, what's going on? Should we get up? And Nicole's like, no, just let them do their thing. And I was like, okay. So I didn't even ask, you know, like when she came back to the table, I was like, oh, I did ask. I was like, what's, you know,
because she looked like she had been crying.
Right. But I don't know. It was like my bachelorette. Like, I was like,
You're
I'm
not
not
who got
thinking
time for this?
I'm like,
about your man bros because I'm getting married.
right. This is my day, damn it. This is
How many
my
camera
day.
people do you all have typically, like in scenes?
3.
Okay.
2 or 3.
Okay.
I think.
Because wasn't that the same? No, that wasn't the same scene, but that was the same day with the whole vagina shaving.
Yes, that was at night.
Yes, it was. What
Which
happened?
I didn't know that happened either.
It just amazes me what happens when Natalie, Nicole, and Olivia get a
Girls.
hotel room someplace. They're
I'm gonna
just
look at
naked,
both cameras.
vagina everywhere.
Girls.
Like, woo! All right, so the dinner, though, that happened tonight, where Mercedes was FaceTiming Olivia. So Autumn says she wants to call Natalie's bluff on moving in and says that she's in a fake relationship.
Totally insulting and out of line.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, especially for...
uncomfortable.
To say that about how Sean, you know, was out of line, and then because I just feel like if you preach something,
Right.
when the tit for tat comes back your way, you don't take that tat.
Right.
And in this case, I felt like she did, and I feel like it kind of just came from her anger towards Sean,
I
more
think
so than Natalie.
Yes, I think so too.
I don't know
No?
where it came from, but I looked at Autumn as being extremely petty. And that was, like I said, it was extremely out of line. You don't call someone's relation. And then for her to say, well, from what I hear through the grapevine type thing, like, girl, what grapevine? You hadn't said nothing about them having a fake relationship this entire season.
Okay, like you done any type of damn farming.
But
in
if
your
someone
life
brings
with the
something
grapevines.
from the grapevine to your doorstep, then all of a sudden you're holding up crucifixes and slamming doors.
Right.
I don't have time for that. Talking about you're a traditionalist and all of that stuff, and your man is a representative. You're a
then she looked
representation
over at
of
me.
your husband acting like that at the table. You know how she said that you're a representation of your man.
Exactly. And I agree to that to some extent. But not to
like
the
her.
effect of
I like you.
But thank you. But even at the dinner you see tonight, where after she makes a comment, and then she looks at me and she's like, "Oh yeah, since you Natalie and Olivia are best friends now."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Did you?
Are
Really?
you mad?
Are we
What is it,
really?
7th grade?
Come on. Like,
is this really 7th grade?
Right.
I need to know.
Just be like Autumn,
So I
like
can unenroll.
stop sitting in Ashley's sorrow because it's rubbing off on you. You know what I mean? Like take her to a patch of dandelions, go running.
no,
smell
not
some
dandelions.
flowers.
Those are weeds.
But they're cute still, like right.
But for
Greek
Ashley, I
Greek
mean-
people be picking them and cooking them in soups and stuff. You know.
Really?
Yes, you can find. Make sure you guys check out Maria Menounos' new cookbook. It's for pre-order now.
that's good.
Little plug.
That was a good plug.
Trying to get that raise here at AFTERBUZZ, y'all. No, all right. So Ashley speaks up. She said, "Well, some people need to prioritize things." Now, okay, I think I asked you this.
Every
at-
relationship is different.
Right.
Yeah, I
Like
asked
your
you this
homegirl
at-
said.
at
Right.
BC. Are there really this many rules to being a WAG? Because you, to me, are in the middle.
Yeah.
As far as like you can see reality,
Right.
and then you get like the WAGs thing. Like,
Well, I think
what's your
it's for me
stance?
because I came from like a athletic background, like being on the road 300 days a year. So I get the travel. I get that there's always going to be guys and girls around. I just get all that, you know. So I feel like coming in, I show a different dynamic to the WAGs meaning, and I get and in WABU was the same way. I started off low on the totem pole. I was the new girl. I had to work my way up. I had to be there 5 years to where I find it, like I said, in the locker room at one point. When you come into a new locker room, you have to wait for everyone else to put their bags down. Then you can put your bags down. Like it's
Like a
just
hazing process.
Right.
Like a sorority.
Right. And it's kind of like, it's very similar to the WAG, girlfriends kind of, are, looked down upon because you never know if they're going to be
Here
there.
today, gone tomorrow.
Exactly. And so in fiancés and wives are kind of looked at like they're going to be around. They're the ones who hold the fundraisers, the charity stuff. Like they're the ones who do all that. So I get it to a certain extent, but to where Sasha takes it to where like I'm the queen bee and I'm, then I'm kind of like, okay. That's a little...
I question as to why Sasha was even a part of the cast.
She was pretty. She's very...
You look like Alicia Keys. But, I mean...
I'm glad we got to see some storyline at the end today, you know what I mean?
I am glad that your baby is okay.
Yes.
After
that's scary.
Yeah, that was scary. All jokes aside, but...
Yeah, no, she's great. She's sweet.
She's sweet, but she's
just
not
like
for the
you
show.
were compared. Autumn said, Barb,
you're not
so
for the
sweet.
show. You're sweet, but you're not.
And it's hard when you're pregnant to be on a show because you can't really do a lot of things that we do. You can't go to Vegas. You can't go on these trips. You can't be around the drinking or the smoking, and so it's hard to be pregnant. I just
can't raise your blood pressure arguing.
Yeah.
Tell us about the over-talking statement, because we got Ashley telling Olivia, which I'm like, Ashley, you barely speak up, and this is not the moment for you to do that.
Olivia, you don't want to. You don't want to get too loud,
because Olivia never gets loud. So when I was like, oh shit, Olivia, girl, go. Like you never really see her get like mouthy and kind of talk back. So I was actually
Autumn seems like a bully.
Oh.
She seems like a bit of a bully.
Well,
my way or the highway type bully.
She's very,
but she's also very old school and very like religion.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my stance. Like, girl, you aren't on The View.
Candace Cameron.
Sasha didn't feel right. Her cramping. She's 8 weeks until her due date, but then her water breaks. That's scary. As well. Was she looking weird at the table the whole time?
She didn't look into the dinner. It looked like she wasn't present in the dinner.
That was with every scene she was in, where it was a group scene. When it was 101, she was okay, but every group scene, it looked like she just was there to be there.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like
all
an
old Navy
over.
mannequin.
We just took over. I mean.
Now, okay, that's kind of an interesting question, because watching the show, there definitely is a divide on the show. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like the fun girls.
Right.
And the womp
the
girls.
Crabs.
That's why I wanted to join the fun.
Like, them hoes always mad about something. Y'all always mad about something. The sun too bright.
Do you feel like, I mean, because Olivia didn't have a man on the show. And so do you feel like that some girls looked at her, maybe not, or hazing her in a way because they felt threatened? I
just feel like with the comments that she made, probably rubbed people the wrong way with the what'd she say in the first episode about the why date Joe Schmo when you can date an athlete. And I just feel like the comments that she would make in front of the girls, like, it just rubbed them the wrong way. But she has a different, and which I took until I got to know them, they just say they don't think about what they say before they say it. You know what I mean? And they have a have a personality.
For reality TV.
Right. Yeah. They just say and then they're like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like that's like they take out of context or whatever. But yeah, they say these things and they don't,
so
they don't think about the repercussions. And,
a genuine bond with the girls on the show.
And well, especially after I met their family, they're such a tight knit group, and they're
I felt
all
that
so
through
sweet.
The TV.
Yeah, and they're all very great. They're such a great family, and I feel like seeing that side to them and seeing the genuine side, like I was like, okay, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. I know we've kind of got off to a rough start, and we haven't related on some levels, but I just, at the end of the day, they were the ones who were supporting me. They came to my bachelorette, different things, like they were there. Yeah. So
who are you closest to out of the cast, really quickly? Who would you say that you are, I should say?
Like, who we gonna see you kicking with on season 2?
Or on TMZ?
Oh, probably Natalie, Olivia, and Nicole.
Yeah, it makes more sense. Okay, so then before we head out, what are you working on now? What kind of projects you were talking about? Some fitness thing you got going on? Yeah,
it's called Links Fitness. It's this new fitness board, and I actually featured it on E last week, which was really cool. It's this board. It's full body workout, but it's a new thing. There's nothing out there like it. So you can check that out at linksfitness.com.
Is that L-I-N?
L-Y-N-X.
Links Fitness. Y'all heard that right. Links
I'm gonna be
Fitness.
At home on my board, like.
I need to get this men's section together.
I'm gonna do this with Barbie.
Because the gym ain't working out right now. What else you got going?
So I have that. I have a calendar, but mostly, I'm planning my wedding. So we're getting married January 30th in Cabo, and so.
Is it gonna be at that venue we saw?
No, but it's better.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's sick. It's actually where Adam Levine and his now wife got they had their reception, but it's going to be on the beach. I'm building like a platform so no one has to take their shoes off. It's going to be on the sand, but not on the sand. So
And
I have all these.
Very considerate.
It's nice.
I have a lot of plans, big plans. So yeah,
Is that fun, stressful?
It hasn't stressed me out yet, but I feel like
As
in
the date
2
approaches,
months, yeah, it's gonna.
especially with the holiday season. How do you plan? And you got Thanksgiving
and I think
Christmas.
we're gonna start filming probably around there too. So
That should be fun. We'll be watching.
you might
Yes, we
see
will.
some Bridezilla come out. I don't know.
We'll
And
be
then
watching.
so the calendar you have coming up, that's from the pictures that we saw?
Yes, so
Okay.
that'll be on my website, barbieblank.com.
Boom.
So, yeah.
And what's your Twitter handle?
On all Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram are all the Barbie Blank.
Well, Barbie, thank you so much for coming in
So
tonight
shy.
and keeping
Yes,
it
it was
real.
so fun.
We're gonna have to have you
Thank
come in next season.
Yes, I will for sure.
Or just for the hell of it.
Yeah,
You're
just
a
be
fun
like,
girl.
talking with Barbie. Talk with Barbie.
Seriously.
And for all the Barbie's fans out there, we need to come up with a name for y'all.
Yes.
Like, I can't believe y'all don't got a name. There got to be some sort of Barbie
Like, you know,
mob
like a
or
click
something,
name,
you know what I
like
mean?
Beehive, the Rihanna Navy, like a click name.
So you have a
IFB.
week. All
Yes.
right, I'm gonna give y'all a week, and
We're gonna
I'll
hold it.
Report it back to me.
Yeah.
All right, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit us up at AfterBuzz TV on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Also hit us up on iTunes. Subscribe to us. Leave us 5 stars and a really nice comment. You guys can tweet me or hit me up everywhere on social media at DJ Jesse J.
You all can check for updates at sharsaysso.com, and that's Shar Says So for Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Boom.
Bam.
Well, I guess until next season. Peace.
Oh, I just realized this was the third.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
I couldn't handle that.
Buzz you later.
Later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.